Alright, we're good. Alright, today I'm going to be talking about whether or not anti-discrimination laws actually work and if they're effective. When it comes to anti-discrimination laws, many people are unanimous with the idea that they promote a fair and balanced environment where everyone can expect to get treated equally, right, in a progressive law. Even though these laws strip away private businesses' right to associate with whomever they see fit. So, yeah. To be clear, being against anti-discrimination laws doesn't mean you're for discrimination. Not at all. It just means that you see these laws as an unjust and ineffective way of approaching the matter. My biggest problem with them is they don't work. Anyone that does discriminate will still hold those views within them. It doesn't change their perceptive of these people. It just changes how they run their business. And sometimes they go way too far. Take Sweet Cakes by Melissa, for example. An Oregon-based bakery that was in hot water a few years back for refusing to bake a cake for a same-sex married couple. In retaliation, they were ordered to pay over $100,000 for emotional damage. And following an interview they did about the situation, the Oregon Labor Commissioner gave the couple a gag order that would prevent them from conveying, discussing, or sharing any information with the public. So, not only were they required to fork over $100,000, but they were also silenced into, not discussing it publicly with the public. I think, call me crazy, but I think the stigma that they would openly discriminate would be enough for consumers to decide if they want to support that business or not. We don't need government legislation getting into the picture and turning a simple situation into a nationwide conflict. The main thing these laws do is turn overt discrimination into covert. Think about it. If a business doesn't like a certain demographic, do you think these laws will change how they perceive them? All it's going to do is make them hide who they truly are. I don't know about you, but if someone didn't like me for any personal reasons, I'd want them to be upfront about it and let me know instead of hiding it, which is all it does, again. Now, this is different with a public business. A publicly funded business, I could see why this would be necessary for the most part. But for a private business, it's just ridiculous. You can't change public opinion through legislation. That can only be done through education and having open discussions about it. I mean, when these laws were first introduced, businesses who discriminated against a certain group of people didn't suddenly change their mind and about how they thought about them. All they did was change how they run their business. It's just not an effective method. I mean, if you took nothing else from this video, at least listen to this final message. You, as the consumer, have complete leverage over these businesses. You decide whether they rise or fall. And that's fact. If you don't like the way a business runs things, you can decide to take your money / business elsewhere to pursue a company that meets your standards. Think of it Think of it as voting with your wallet.